Think cybersecurity as hoodie-clad hackers racing a ticking clock. The real job looks nothing like that, and the truth might change your career plans. Movies show frantic typing and neon screens. Real cybersecurity works like a control room for a busy city. Engineers tune traffic lights, analysts monitor sensors, and managers plan evacuation routes. The work focuses on avoiding crises, not chasing cinematic showdowns. If that sounds less glamorous, stick around, because the practical roles in this field are more varied and often more rewarding than the headlines suggest, and we'll start by explaining where Hollywood goes wrong. Hollywood compresses months of investigation into 2 minutes of typing. Real teams orchestrate defenses over weeks and months. They draft playbooks, run tabletop exercises, and update architectures. Think of it as urban planning rather than a sprint. Design, maintenance, and communication keep things safe. That difference matters because if you picture only movie hacking, you miss whole career lanes like policy, cloud security, and forensics. So let's open the map to those lanes next. Myth 1. Cybersecurity equals a lone hoodie hacker. Reality, it's an ecosystem. SOC analysts chase alerts. DFIR specialists rebuild timelines after incidents. GRC analysts write policies, and cloud engineers design secure architectures. Every role needs different strengths: writing, curiosity, systems thinking, or detective work. If you assume hacking is the only path, you might never try a role that matches your skills. So which jobs actually exist and what do they do? That's coming up. Let me paint quick snapshots. SOC analyst triages alerts and reduces noise. A DFIR specialist preserves evidence and reconstructs timelines. A GRC analyst maps controls to business risk. An AppSec engineer reviews code and threat models. A cloud security engineer builds hardened architectures in public clouds. These jobs share problem-solving, but differ in tools and daily rhythms. If one of these sparks your interest, we'll dig into skills next, and why you don't need to be a math prodigy. Myth 2. You must be a math genius or code all day. Not true. Many roles rely on practical problem-solving. Basic scripting helps for automation. And queries help parse logs, but calculus rarely appears. Networking basics, TCP/IP, DNS, HTTP matter far more. If you love writing, policies, and stakeholder conversations, GRC could be your lane. If you enjoy puzzles and pattern recognition, SOC or DFIR might click. Stick around to learn concrete skills that actually move hiring managers. Myth 3. It's non-stop adrenaline. Real life is steady, structured work punctuated by busy incidents. Most days, you tune detections, patch systems, write tickets, and run tabletop exercises. Incident spikes happen. Let good teams spend more time preventing problems than reacting. Here's a telling stat. Most breaches come from credential theft and misconfigurations, not exotic 0 days. Fundamentals win more than flashy exploits, and we'll show how defenders build those fundamentals next. Myth 4. Offensive hacking is the only interesting work. Defense is creative and strategic. Threat hunters map adversary behavior and hunt subtle patterns. Detection engineers write rules that spot bad activity without drowning teams in noise. Defenders design layered systems that anticipate attacker moves. Think chess, not whack-a-mole. If you enjoy designing resilient systems or hunting patterns, defense offers deep craft and impact, and we'll explain where organizations hire these defenders next. Myth 5. Only tech giants hire cybersecurity pros. False. Banks, hospitals, municipalities, nonprofits, retailers, and startups all need security specialists. Regulations and customer trust drive demand across sectors. Smaller organizations often hire generalists who solve a wide range of problems. That means you can work on causes you care about, protecting patient records, securing elections, or hardening supply chains. Next, let's unpack the painful myth about experience requirements and how to actually break in. Myth 6. Entry-level jobs always demand 5 years experience. Job posts often list wish lists, not requirements. Viable paths include IT support into security analyst roles, junior SOC analyst to detection engineer, or QA into AppSec. Employers hire candidates who can demonstrate curiosity and applied skills. The trick is translating existing work into security outcomes and showing measurable results. Curious how to build that evidence? I'll walk you through hands-on projects that actually impress hiring managers next. Build proof with targeted projects. For blue team work, spin up a free SIEM trial, ingest logs from a lab host, and write 2 detection rules with documentation. For GRC, draft a clear policy mapped to established controls and a 1-page rationale. For AppSec, threat model a simple web app and fix 2 issues. Publish concise write-ups with screenshots and lessons learned. Clarity beats complexity. Up next, where certifications fit into your journey. Myth 7. Certifications guarantee jobs, or they are useless. The truth sits between. Certs signal baseline knowledge and clear HR filters, but they don't replace hands-on work. Early career certs, like entry-level security or networking options, help. Later, role-specific and leadership certifications add credibility. Ultimately, employers value problem-solving, communication, and demonstrable projects. We'll talk about a future-shaping myth next. Will AI replace cybersecurity jobs? Myth 8. AI will replace cybersecurity jobs. AI will change tasks, not erase roles. Attackers use automation to scale phishing. Defenders use machine learning for anomaly detection and auto-triage. But humans still provide business context, prioritize trade-offs, and validate automated findings. The new skill is supervising and tuning AI and understanding risks. Want to stay relevant? Learn to automate responsibly and test AI outputs, which brings us to how teams actually work together day to day. Myth 10. Pen testing is the only real security job. Pen testers are critical, but they occupy one slice of the pie. Security engineers build tools and systems. Detection engineers tune signals. Threat hunters chase patterns. GRC pros shape policy and audits. Each specialty offers deep craftsmanship or strategic impact. If you prefer building and fixing, engineering or AppSec may suit you better than red teaming. Coming up, burnout. How real is the risk, and how can you prevent it? Myth 11. Burnout is inevitable. Burnout is a risk when organizations rely on heroics, poor tooling, or unclear priorities. Healthy teams automate enrichment, rotate on-call duties, document runbooks, and run regular retrospectives. You can protect yourself by choosing roles with supportive culture and by setting boundaries. If a job expects nonstop firefighting, that's a red flag. Stay tuned to learn who needs security clearances and how that impacts your options. Myth 12. You must have a security clearance to work in cyber. Only certain government and contractor roles require clearances. Private sector jobs typically do not. You cannot get a clearance on your own. An employer must sponsor you. So don't self-reject from private sector roles because of this myth. Next, let's walk through realistic day-in-the-life snapshots so you can picture actual work rhythms in different roles. A day in the SOC starts with reviewing overnight alerts and tuning noisy rules. Midday brings investigations into suspicious logins and escalation where needed. Afternoon focuses on improving dashboards and documenting lessons learned. The goal is to reduce noise, find real issues faster, and strengthen detection. That steady loop of review, investigate, and improve keeps organizations safer. And next, we'll contrast that with a GRC professional's day. A GRC analyst begins by needing product teams to assess new features for risk. They map controls to frameworks and complete vendor risk reviews. Afternoons often mean writing risk summaries for leadership and aligning teams to compliance timelines. The job blends business sense with rule frameworks, and it rewards clear writing and diplomacy. Next, we'll follow a DFIR specialist into an incident to see how their day unfolds under pressure. DFIR mornings can start with an incident ticket, acquire endpoint images, collect cloud logs, and preserve chain of custody. Midday reconstructs the timeline and confirms scope. Afternoon focuses on drafting incident reports and sharing indicators with detection teams. DFIR mixes technical forensics with clear documentation and calm decision-making. It's investigative work that learns from mistakes. And next, we'll peek into an AppSec engineer's daily routine. AppSec mornings often begin with reviewing pull requests and running static scans. Midday, you threat model a new service and propose practical mitigations. Afternoon could mean writing a developer's cheat sheet and teaching secure patterns during a sprint. The goal is to reduce vulnerabilities before code ships and make security part of development flow. Now that you can picture roles, let's simplify how to choose a path and start in 90 days. To choose a path, match your interests to role flavors, like talking with stakeholders, try GRC. Love data and puzzles, SOC or DFIR fit. Enjoy building systems, consider cloud security. For a focused 90-day starter plan, learn the landscape, build a small project, and publish your work. Concrete projects outweigh vague resumes. Next, I'll break the 90-day plan into bite-sized, actionable steps you can complete this quarter. Day 1 to 30. Learn the landscape, read top 10 vulnerabilities and a recent breach report, and pick one role from the NICE framework. Day 31 to 60. Build a small project, a SIEM trial with 2 detection rules, a policy map to controls, or a threat-modeled app with fixes. Day 61 to 90. Polish your write-up, add screenshots, and prepare a 1-page explanation for hiring managers. Publish your work and get ready to show it in interviews. Next, we'll cover where to show it and who to meet. Show your work publicly on GitHub or a short blog with clear screenshots, queries, and a plain English summary. Join a local chapter or security meetup to meet mentors. Volunteer and ask questions. Networking opens doors far more than blind resumes. When applying, tailor resumes to highlight measurable security outcomes from your projects. If you match 60 to 70% of a job's needs, apply anyway. Finally, let's recap the truth Hollywood misses and the 3 habits that make people succeed. Quick recap: cybersecurity is an ecosystem, not a movie trope. Defense requires design, not just offense. Practical skills, communication, and documented projects beat credentials alone. 3 habits win: curiosity, strong fundamentals, and teamwork. Think of yourself as a safety engineer who helps people do better work without getting hurt. If you want a short checklist to start today, I've got one more final note that'll help you take that first actionable step, coming right up. Final practical checklist: pick a role, build a tiny project, publish a clear write-up, join one local event, and apply to 3 jobs that match your work. Keep learning, automate sensible tasks, and ask for feedback. Cybersecurity needs many talents: technical, communicative, and strategic. You don't have to fit a Hollywood script to make a real impact. If you're ready to start, there's a simple next step waiting for you. Let me show you how in the description. If this helped, like the video, subscribe for practical career guides, and drop a comment. Which cybersecurity role fits you or which myth surprised you most?